Okay, Brian. You ready?
1 sec. Okay. I don't need to like hold it, right? I don't need to hold it, right? I just
You can just talk normal.
Okay.
Yeah, just like imagine the mic is not even there. Okay. All right, we have Brewington Hardaway here, International Master Brewington Hardaway, who will be of Grandmaster pretty soon. He has achieved his 3rd Grandmaster norm. And I just want to say congratulations, and we are very, very proud of your achievements. And we just want to thank you for coming to the Detroit Chess Festival. Thank you.
Thank you for inviting me.
All right. Just got a couple questions for you. You've achieved so much at this stage of your career, being a Grandmaster, getting the International Master title. But before all of that, you were the youngest African American master ever. Can you tell us about that experience?
I remember that tournament very. It's in my head. Yeah, I remember I was playing the Marshall Chess Club. These evening tournaments. I was Marshall Masters. I was 21-72, and I scored 2.5 out of 3 against an average of over 2,400. And last game I beat the legend, the Iron Man, Jay Bonin, in 20 moves with black, with an opening I never played before. So yeah, I remember that very fondly.
That's interesting, man, because of course, you know, I'm a coach here in Michigan. This is what I do. And you said you had one of your greatest achievements, especially against Jay Bonin and so many legends like him and Asa Hoffman, to give kids like you a chance to achieve. But you played him in an opening you never played before and had that achievement. Sometimes I tell my kids, I say, look, openings don't matter that much. It's knowing how to play the game of chess and knowing how to use the imbalance on the board at the time. And so, what were you thinking after that tournament by, doing that? I played the open I never played before, and I'm beating these players just all of a sudden. I mean, like, did you think that you were hot? Would you, maybe I'm going to wake up and this changes, or this going to continue? What were you thinking?
Honestly, I don't know what I was thinking before the game. Like, I usually always played King's Indian with black, but then I decided, okay, let's play Knight f6, e6, and I mean, after that, I still, of course, played King's Indian for a while, but it made me think, like, maybe I can play different openings. Maybe I can learn something new. Because I used to always play the same exact openings for a very long time.
Yeah.
So that was a good experience for me to switch my openings. Yeah.
Okay. Now, can you share with us, take us to the time, because we dream to be in your position that just happened at the, you were in Spain, it's called the Sants, City of Barcelona International Chess Open. And actually, I kind of studied your games, and I believe it was this round 7 game where, hold on, joggle my memory, you played, it was, oh, no. The guy castle queenside, that looked like, if I was going for my Grandmaster norm, that seemed like a good environment to do it in when you castle queenside. And just take us to that moment through the game and afterwards where you're like, wait a minute, I think I might have gotten my last Grandmaster norm.
So before the game, I was pretty happy with the pairing because I wanted to play some more GMs. And I knew if I wanted to keep playing up, I have to win. That's the thing with open tournaments. Like, I had to win my first 4 games before I played my first GM. So it's not like a round robin where you guaranteed to play all the strong players. You have to win a lot of games first. So I knew that winning this game would be big, but I I didn't want to force things, and I felt like since I was black versus 2600, I knew he was gonna force things, and he played this very sharp, complex English line that has some games in it, and I remember I spent a while in this move b5, and then suddenly in my head, I remember this idea where black goes like b5, c5, b4, c4, b3, a3, and it's a very strange position, but it's fairly equal. And honestly, I didn't like my position, but after a few moves, I felt I actually got a pretty good position. And then he played this rook sack with rook d5, trying to trick me to take his rook, but I just let it stay, and eventually I just outcalculated him and won the game. And after that, I knew I had a great chance to get the norm.
Yeah, that was a very interesting game there. Now we're gonna go back a little bit, right? Because it's a big motivation for kids coming up to see how this started and all these. Everyone has their person that they have to overcome, whether it's your kids, your father or your grandfather you can't beat at home, and you overcome that challenge and you go to another challenge. Me, it was a guy named Cheese who used to dance every time he beats me, and that's what motivated me in the game. Tell us about the battles between you and your big sister, Noni. Was there ever a time where she was beating you? Was this a thing in your household?
No, I don't think we really played that much.
No? Okay.
But of course, like, she was a big motivation for me to start playing. She's the reason I started playing, so
okay.
Very important. She's a very important part of my life.
Okay, good. Shout out to Noni. Now you have been like active in chess since very little, right? You started in kindergarten, right? Do you remember winning the New York State K1 championship? Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, I remember that. I think I went 6-0, and I remember after, like, at the closing ceremony, the trophy was too heavy. Like, they gave these giant trophies to little kids. Like, I don't know what they were thinking. Like,
yeah.
But yeah, I guess that was the first big achievement of mine, I would say.
Yeah, and by the way, for those of you who don't know, like in Michigan, our we don't even have a K1 section. It's K to 3 because we don't have that many kids. We might have about maybe 60, right? In New York, this tournament has what? Hundreds and hundreds of kids. So for you to go 6-0 and something like that, that is a big achievement, especially in New York, where chess culture in New York is bigger than most other places. So, very interesting. Tell us about your coaches Christopher Johnson and Angel Lopez. Can you give us some insight and some how did they help you and how did they inspire you?
Well, Chris was the coach for the Harlem 4 chess team, so he's the one who introduced me to chess. And I mean, without him, I don't know where I'd be. And then Angel, of course, also allowing me to go to these ICN camps. Very, very great opportunity. I'm very thankful for them. Really, both of them have helped me with my calculation and my openings, and they really just leveled up my game. Good. Up to I would say, like, the master level.
Good. Can you tell us about your involvement with the Impact Coaching Network?
Like, as a kid?
Yeah.
Yeah, I went to a few of their camps, maybe when I was like 17, 50. I also played a lot of their like quad tournaments. And nowadays I usually go just to like be like a visitor and try to help out from time to time, to give back for what they did for me. And yeah, those guys are just amazing. Just really, what they're doing is incredible. They're spreading the game to so many kids in New York, and it's incredible. Yeah,
shout out to the Impact Coaching Network. Holla at your boy, Coach Brian. We need to talk about what's going on over there. I need some tips and pointers. All right. A lot of players, they have this, and a lot of my students have this wall, right? When they get to 1900 to get over to the 2000 level. Did you also have that trouble getting there, or was it a pretty quick process?
I think it was more from 2000 to 2100. That took me like over a year.
Okay.
Like I remember, like I was 2095, and then suddenly I was just 1990, and like after like 3 tournaments. So like, yeah, it was a sign that I need to work more on my game, because at the time I didn't do much work, so I had to work more on my calculation, and I would say after that I think I improved fairly quickly.
And you speak of calculation. What method? Was there a book or just some type of program that you used to work on your calculation? What did you do?
I just did a lot of puzzles like online, like Puzzle Rush, and just a lot of Chess, chess.com puzzles. Also, some books I can't remember, but yeah, books are very important.
Yeah.
For your training.
Good. All right. You show a balance that I think is probably needed. Like you're a very mild-mannered person, but on the board you play different than your personality. Can you give us some insight into that? Do you have to be ferocious when you get into there? Do you turn something on once you start playing and then switch it off once you get out of there?
No, at the board I just feel very motivated and like excited to play. I enjoy playing a lot, and it's whenever the game like is crazy, it's always hard to control your nerves, but I just try to only focus on the board and not let anything distract me, because I've been doing it for years. I feel I know what I'm doing, so yeah.
Okay. All right, so we get into the fun part of our interview as we wind it down. What do you do outside of chess? What do you enjoy to do outside of chess? What are your other hobbies or interests?
Well, I used to play a lot of video games. I'd say I stopped like in like 2021, like when I really want to like get to the next level from like master. I want to get to FIDE master. So I need to focus more on chess. Also, I like math a lot, and yeah, I'd say those two mainly.
Okay.
Also, I like watching like basketball. Like I don't play, but I like watching it.
Yeah. One of the best sports. So what are you planning? I mean, what are you gonna do like once you get your Grandmaster title, which you'll be getting that soon? What are you gonna do as far as like higher education? What do you want to be as far as a career? Do you want to be a professional Grandmaster and travel around, or do you also want to have a backup of getting a degree in something you're interested in?
The truth is that playing as a professional is very hard, and only like I would say the top like 20-30 players can make a very solid living just playing. A lot of even like high 2600s have to do something on the side, like coaching or making chessbook courses or making YouTube videos. So it's not likely, but I'd like to do something with chess, maybe coaching. If I couldn't do chess, I'm not sure what I would do as a career path yet, but
yeah,
I think the next year or two will be very important. See how I progress.
Oh man, don't worry about it. We're gonna see you at the candidates. You know what I mean? That's gonna be, if you want to do that in your career, it's going to happen for sure. And you have a big support system, I'm sure. And by you coming here to Detroit, you have the whole city behind you as well. Okay. If you could play any match against any chess player in history, who would that be?
I would really like to play, of course, Magnus is an obvious answer. Kasparov also, just two of the most dominant players ever.
Yeah.
Obviously, they're the two best greats of all time.
Yeah.
I don't have a clear number one, but yeah, one of those two. I think they're also tall, very, very interesting player. Yeah. definitely him as well.
Yeah. All right. What has been your most memorable game that you have played so far?
Okay.
Your greatest game, and it doesn't have to be the game that everybody looks at and say, "Oh, he got his norm here." I mean, it could be, but what is that game that we could look it up, because we want to look it up and check it out? What is the game that we can look up, and say, "Oh man, this is the game"?
I mean, I think it has to be the game against that in round 7 of my tournament in Spain. Like that game was, I mean, crazy. Yet again, I went into that line, like I knew the line existed, but I never like played it, and just a crazy game. Like I usually try to play more solid, but that game was quite the opposite. But then I still managed to pull it off. So that's one of my favorites. And another one that's not like I have the game, but it's not like on the internet. It's like I was 7, I was playing Jay Bonin yet again. I was 1580, and I was black, and I played the Benko Gambit, my former opening, and then I beat him in like 20 moves.
When you were 7?
Yeah.
Oh man, we need that game, man. We need that game. You need to donate that game to Detroit. We need to put that game on our website. 7 years old, beating, and Jay Bone is IM, right? Oh my goodness. In 20 moves? We need that game. Okay, all right. I just want to say we appreciate you giving us this time, especially coming here to the Detroit Chess Festival that we have every year in Detroit around this time. And you are this year's guest Grandmaster in residence, and we just want to say thank you.
Thank you guys for inviting me.
All right. And for Brewington Hardaway, I am Coach Brian. Peace.